Hey guys! Okay, so it's Morgan here today, and well, I'm always here, but yeah, I'm gonna start off with a new video since the other one was like a total fail. Oh, okay. Um, so I got a lot of questions since yesterday, ever since I told you guys about my YouTube account. So I'm gonna do a little question and answer thing, yeah, that thing that people do. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start off with reading one of the questions I saw in my little box thingy. Um, okay, it says, one from Kat, it says, where do you get your inspiration from? Well, actually, I just listen to music. I don't get my inspiration from music. I just you know, every time I write a story, I always choose a theme song before I actually start to write it. Um, and yeah, sometimes I just play my favorite song and look out the window. Yeah, that's how inspiration comes along. Or when I'm in the car, I love to listen to music in the car. So yeah, I just look at the window. When I see a person walking by, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have an inspiration. That's how it works with me. Yeah. Okay. So I have another one that says, what gave you inspiration to write Think About Forever? I love that story, and I really want you to tell me how you came up with it. Yeah, our keyboard seems jacked up, so I can't really read it that well. But yeah, the how I got inspiration. Well, thank you first. Thanks for saying that. I usually don't get comments like that usually anymore. But I now since ever since I wrote this story, I'm getting a lot of feedback than I usually do with my other stories. Yeah, but anyway, well, I've written some allegory stories in the past, and before I came on Quotev, I used to read stories on like Wattpad or Quizilla, something like that, and I would write stories in my notes before I officially came to Quotev. So yeah, I just took one of my notes. I found this like little prologue thing that I wrote a few months back, and I decided to use it. And that's when the idea of her meeting Alec in a dream and falling in love with him came to my mind. So yeah, that's how I continue writing it. I usually, to be honest, cannot finish stories. That's why I wrote like 3 stories, and I'm probably not gonna finish them. I don't know. I'm trying to though. Yeah, but I never really thought I'd finish Think About Forever because I guess I had my mind set on it, and yeah, that's kind of it. But okay, next question. Hmm, what the heck is that? I just froze. Oh, okay. Okay, it says, who is your favorite character in Think About Forever? I honestly, wait a second. I think it would be Kaylee because she's a really I don't know, she kind of relates to me at times. She's always so preppy, and when it's time to be super serious, if the situation is really serious, she gets her little serious mode on, and that's how I am. But sometimes in serious situations, I do joke around a bit, and yeah. So yeah, I guess it'd be Kaylee. Hey, hey, next question. Oh wait, that was from Swagger Babe. Yeah, I love that name. It's so awesome. Okay, another one from Kit Kat. Okay, um, and it says, have you ever been on writer's block? If you have, what do you do? Okay, that is a terrible experience. I experienced writer's block while I was writing the chapter 11 of Think About Forever. That was a terrible moment because I was really looking forward to to continue to write it because my mind was really set on it. So I had writer's block. Like chapter 10 to me was the best chapter ever. Well, to me, if it's not to you, then I don't know. Um, yeah. So chapter 11, it was pretty hard to write. It took me 2 days to think what I really wanted. My mind was just blank, and I just can't think of anything. I never experienced something like that big before. But yeah. Anyway, I do not know how to say this. Well, writer's block. Okay, first thing, don't let it bother you. And second thing I did was that I read a book recently and I really loved it, so I contacted the author like during email, and I sent them saying that um, I have writer's block and I totally need help. And just like the day after, she responded, and I was like going really crazy. I was going like, yes! Okay, anyway, yeah, she said, well, don't let it bother you, and you know what, just look at pictures, like go outside, spend some time with family, and I just like flow back into your head. But like the day, you can't really force yourself to like continue to write because it depends on your mind and the way you feel about the story. So yeah, I've been on a writer's block for 2 days, and the third day I'm like, you know what, I have to keep going. I cannot let my readers down, because I mean I could tell you guys were really liking it. I was like around like 600 viewers, and I'm like, I cannot give up now because like it's such a big large audience and I do not want to give up. So yeah, uh, just if so, how to get rid of a writer's block? First, don't let it bother you. Contact an author. They have like an email that's on their website. Um, for me, I emailed this author called Cindy Miles. She's a really good author, and I recently read one of her novels, and they're like pure amazing. Okay, and third thing is that, look at some pictures, go through a magazine, go outside, spend time with family, like just don't spend time alone, or just take ideas from your life experience. And that's how I deal with writer's block. Yeah. Okay. Where do you get your? Oh wait, I asked that. Sorry. Hmm. How do you never stop having inspiration? Have I? Okay. Well, I never. Well, I did lose inspiration just like one time, what I just told you. But everybody gets inspiration very differently. Like, I get my inspiration from music, and some people from dreams or life experiences, like, from many different things. Like, they could just, like, look at a squirrel, and they could just, boom, a whole story just comes up in their head. Like, I, me as, um, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna brag or anything, but I did publish a book I did publish a book, and I am a journalist. I know I'm really young to do all that, but those are two things on my bucket list. My dream thing to do is like become a successful writer, like Stephanie Meyer. You know how she writes books and they change it to and like go they just like transform into like major motion pictures. That's like my biggest dream. I just love how amazing she is, and like everything like she writes, most of the things that she writes, they would be in a movie, and it's just like so amazing. But yeah, yeah. So imagination is really limited, and on Codev, I do have some inspirations. But I'm gonna ask them the next question because that's the next question. Okay, so this is my last one I'm gonna say. Yeah, inspiration comes from many different ways. Like for a book, it sometimes takes like even 1 year to write, and I cannot finish a book at all. I don't know how people do that. I have no idea. I'm gonna skip to the next question. Okay, the next question I read ahead was who are your quote of inspirations and why? My quote of inspiration is her name's Dana, and her user is Believe in Yourself. She wrote Scars and Swords, Kate Love Story, and Shadow Clock. Yeah, I she's like an amazing writer. She's gotten hate before, and she grew up to conquer it, and I totally respect her for that. And she's not like those like popular accounts that don't even like are like too cool to respond to you. She's just like, and like one time I messaged her saying, "You're an amazing writer. I think you should really keep going." And she messaged me back saying all and giving all these advices, and like she's like the sweetest person in the world. I haven't met her face to face. Like I don't even know like I haven't really like talked to her like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" I just like message her at times when I need help, and she totally helps me. She's a really helpful and sweet person. And yeah, I only have one. That's kind of it, 'cause I don't always read much stories. I usually just go in there for like inspiration, and yeah. Then I ask one more question before I go. Um, okay, so I have this one anonymous question saying that to give life advice, and I love doing that. So I'm gonna give one. Okay, so hate always comes in the way of your dreams. Like this one time, I written a story I posted on Instagram, and one of my friends, she's pretty insecure, she's always has been, and she pretty much gave hate to the story. And yeah, it was really hard at that stage because I really love writing, and it was really hard. So it was hard to keep going, and I don't know. She's really insecure, but we're good friends now. Yeah, so the best way to conquer the hate is just to ignore it. It's hard, but don't stop writing. To be honest, I always have the urge to stop. If whenever I get just like one mean comment, I just like, I'm always like, you know what, I'm not a good writer at all. Like, I should have stopped writing. There's no point if I'm getting all this hate. I get that feeling too. I get the urge to just give up, but the thing is, I know I can't. You do want to, but you really can't. That's the thing about writing. It just takes you away from reality. There's so many things that take you away, like your talent, like music, art, writing. It takes you away from reality, and I know girls around my age like love being away from reality for just at least once, and that's totally me. But yeah, so now you know what my videos are going to be about. They're going to be um, my stories. I may have some announcements and some life advice, and suppress some bullying. To be honest, I never experienced bullying before, but I have got hate. I'm just gonna say that. But I'm gonna try my best to respond to your comments, even though I don't have any. I'm kidding. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say for today, and I'll